power. All he had to do was say, hey, listen, I think that we should take women seriously, and I think that all accusations should be treated seriously, whatever, but, like, I don't really know what's going on here, and so I'm unwilling to cast stones until there's more details, and we know what's happened, and...
Yeah, you can say that. You can also just be like, listen, I've known James Franco for 30 years. I know his heart, I know his soul, and he's a good man, and I'm sure, we're all trying to become better people, and to whatever extent there's any merit in these things that have happened, I know that with time, James Franco will, become a better person, better man, and,
one thing, I think this goes back to the Christianity thing. It's very hard to, actually believe in redemption if you're not a Christian, And I don't think many atheists do believe.
I do live on the West Coast. I do live in the West Coast. I do live on the West Coast. I'll be in Vegas for Black Hat.
Man, please don't forget me. Please back channel me right now. I'm gonna hit you up. Hey, bro.
Great.
Like, gee, because you're gonna get a chance to beat a retard and bring happy.
I can't make a retard.
You must take self-deprecating humor. Listen, brother. You can keep respectful, or when you can choose to play games. I don't need you either way. I have no problem fucking you up.
Okay, continue, retard.
By the way, we have mutual friends. I suggest you watch your fucking mouth because you're making yourself look like a jackass. I rep on behalf of being a polite person. I don't deserve this disrespect. I don't.
You have a rep on this app of being a retard.
Fucking bad with you, the big dick talking shit on the internet. You're a loser.
You have a rep of being a retard. You look like Lionel Richie. You're a retarded Lionel Richie. You're a retard. You're a retard. You're a retard that looks like Lionel Richie. You probably shouldn't be talking like a tough guy. You make no sense. This guy's just mad because I get my black pussy with him. PTR your girlfriend. Wow. These retards are something else. I told you guys I had no patience. Listen, when you come up here and say, hey, I can mispronounce words because I have autism, and then you think you're not going to get picked on, no, I'm sorry, dude. Sorry. I'm going to pick on you for that shit. You don't get to fucking hide behind your fucking autism. I don't even believe you have it. I think you probably make that up as a fucking excuse of why you're so stupid. I know people with autism. I know people with autism that are smart. Shit, Io's got fucking autism and he's the smartest guy we have. So, what's yours? Alright, if he wants to come back up and tell us about the Mac bar, he's more than welcome to come and talk about them. We can carry on.
Hey, yo.
Maybe we'll do a GoFundMe for people.
Let's do the only show shut the fuck up when someone has his talking challenge. Where he asks a question and let them answer it without interrupting. You don't have fans here, brother. You have sycophants who are your dick lickers. Anyone objective will look at you like a bitch. You know that, right?
Truth, since you said that you have a reputation for being, respectful.
And now when someone calls me a fucking retard, Steve, where's your line, Steve? Where are you standing, brother? You call autistic people retards, Steve? Steve, do you think that being autistic autistic your whole life might make you sensitive to having someone throw your disability in your face as a fucking joke, and then once it backfires, try to say you don't even have it?
Thank you.
This is what the fucking internet does to people, folks. They act like they're not human beings. They talk in ways that they could not in person. You could not do this in a room full of people who know you, work with you, shop with you, or are friends of your family members. You have a fucking reputation you would want to protect. You wouldn't want to be known as a degenerate. Well, on the internet, it's all shit to giggles. Because you're 30 going on 50, still acting like you're 16. Grow the fuck up.
Well,
Yeah, I mispronounced the word, not in my native language. You want to fucking laugh for another 10 minutes because you have nothing going on today?
Yeah.
You fucking dork.
Yes, I do.
actually, if I
You're a
may,
fucking loser. We're
thank
discussing
you.
Israel-Palestine. He's making fun of a mispronounced word for
It's a deflection, Chris. Don't let them get you out of body.
If I could speak,
They have no other
talking
argument.
to me, Steve?
if I could,
Dick washer, bro. You're a dick washer.
thank you. If I could continue.
No,
I've
don't
been
fuck
here
me.
for
Fuck you and fuck him.
Thank you.
Well,
I've been here for 20 minutes. I've kept my mouth shut. I was trying to do a little bit to defend you, Truth, but now you have convinced me not to. For someone,
Look, you said you have a good reputation. You didn't say, hey, Truth. I
didn't say anything. I haven't spoken for the past 20 minutes.
Autistic people should be called fucking retards, Truth, and I'm sorry that happened to you. Steve, go fuck yourself. I don't need you. What the fuck is wrong with
You know what?
You actually think
I
people
don't.
are sit here and go, oh no, I lost Steve. Oh guys, did you hear I lost Steve? Guys, did you hear it? I lost him. Oh no, the guy who couldn't stand up for 1 second.
I don't believe
that was
you.
out of pocket.
I think you are a
That was
liar.
wrong. But you can't even stand up to Israel, so why would you stand up to Mojo? You're not gonna stand up for what's good. You're not gonna go, hey, that's wrong. You're gonna try to tell me I fucked up, or try to be my friend. Go fuck yourself, respectfully.
I was only speaking for about 15 seconds and you interrupted me 3 times.
You watch me get slapped in the face and then start talking to me instead of the person who slapped me. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah.
I was trying to give you a little bit of props, but you have convinced me.
Buddy, I don't need your props. I need you to address the person who just disrespected someone for being autistic and then didn't even apologize.
Okay, A, I don't believe you're autistic. B, I don't believe.
I've been on the app 5 years.
And you've interrupted me 5 times right now.
And read my entire bio. Just
How could anybody believe that you have a reputation?
Weird that now you think I have to perform my disability for you to think it has merit. That's strange, brother. I don't know what to tell you. Is it?
No, I don't know what to tell you. I just moved you to the audience because I'm sick and tired of you interrupting me not once, not twice, not 3, not 4 times, but 5 fucking times. So now I'm going to take just a very little bit of time and finish what I wanted to say. Where I originally came up to support autistic people because I have a mod squad that regularly comes onto my regularly scheduled show on Saturday and Sunday morning, and 25 to 33% of my mod squad are autistic. So I would say I have a better than average experience and knowledge of autistic people. If indeed you are autistic, you certainly don't act like it. If indeed you are respectful, you certainly don't act like it. And last but not least, I have no desire whatsoever to defend anything about you whatsoever, because I have not said anything bad about you, about autistic people, about anybody. You interrupted me 5 times. You're rude, you're nasty, and quite frankly, I think you deserve everything that you've gotten in this room.
Steve, I'm not sure. Maybe you came a little late, but Truth is being disrespected from the jump, as was I. We get, called names.
Cause you both are fucking retarded.
Right. Crazy stuff. So,
Well,
I love
Bima, and now I know I'm interrupting you, but Bima, you've known me for a year or 2. You just heard Truth say a bunch of things about me. Question, Bima. Has anything the Truth just said about me within the past 2 minutes true?
Oh, I wasn't paying. I apologize. I wasn't paying that.
Oh, okay, all right.
I was more focused. I was trying to get in there to let you know. Maybe you came a little late, but he had already been, attacked and
But not by
he was making
me.
great points. No,
But
it wasn't
not
by
by
you.
me.
It wasn't by you. You're right. It wasn't by you.
However, in the past 2 minutes, he laid into me. Totally, right?
Yeah, that may have been a fumble.
Okay, well, would you attribute that to autism, or just, and again, everybody, if you're insulted by 4-letter words, turn your volume down for 30 seconds. Is that just because he's a nasty, rude, mean son of a bitch? If not, why did he lay into me? What did I do to deserve that?
Well, I think he let you know.
Hold on. Shh. I'll go see if I can explain this. The reason he lit into you is because he's fucking.
He was trying to explain it to you, Steve. He was frustrated with you addressing him before addressing the disrespect that was given to him. He wants to have a good conversation. He came up on stage. He's a great interlocutor. I love him. Free truth. And I think we should get a start.
Well, considering
I've invited him back up. He's not exactly weird, but I've invited the guy up. Listen. I do not discriminate. I will call people out for being retarded, but retards are welcome on the stage. Beam is still here. We can bring truth back up. Look, some of my best friends on this app are fucking retarded.
And again, I admit it, after interrupting me 5 times, I'm the one that dropped into the audience. And I think any other mod that was interrupted 5 times in a row would drop into the audience. I don't think.
Please invite him up. I want to hear him talk about the nap.
Yeah, because I don't think I was disrespectful to him. I don't think I was rude to him. Oh, and here he is. Okay, Truth, go ahead. Talk more about me.
Or the knack bar.
Yeah, you can talk about the knack bar, or you can talk about what a negative son of a bitch, whatever you want to say negatively about me. Go ahead.
Look, I'll say this respectfully. Maybe I jumped the gun, Steve. I'm not willing to say I did, but I'm also willing to say I don't know for sure. It seemed as if you were about to browbeat me and do the kind of what's the term? Pandering, freaking not condescension.
Well, considering you interrupted me 5 fucking times, you'll never know what I was about to do.
What is I don't remember the term.
Considering, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I heard.
Okay, you heard what I said.
Oh, so now you're gonna. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I can't remember the term, but it's essentially a combination of pandering and condescension, where you just, like I said, watched me get slapped, and instead of going, "Hey, Mojo, just for the record, I don't think he deserved that," or "I don't think that's appropriate," which, by the way, many people in the chat were doing, right? So it's not like I'm just even this is something people recognized and saw as wrong. You say you were going to sympathize with me, but instead of first correcting the person that gives you a reason to sympathize with me, you went straight to sympathizing with me. That's called enablement of abuse. But that's fine. I get it. It's the internet. We act antisocial here. Why the fuck would we be normal and act like we have compassion? Let's try to make up for getting bullied in school, right? It's weird here. I swear to God, it's so fucking weird. Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, I mispronounced Nakba and then got interrupted for 10 minutes in midstream of thought. Because that's how adults have conversations, right, guys? Yeah, okay. So, but whoa, why did you crash out? Just because when you brought up your autism, someone said you're retarded. Whoa, that means you crashed out? The audacity. These are the same folks, mind you, anyone listening, these are the same folks who cuss at people who cut them off in traffic. But they have no empathy for me getting frustrated with being disrespected. That's how you know their fucking amygdala is triggered and the prefrontal cortex is no longer operational. There's no empathy or reasoning coming my way. So I won't expect it any further.
Your autism is kicking in again. Your autism's kicking in again. Your autism's kicking.
Yeah, it's never going away, buddy. And I actually like it. Anyway, so to my point, I was in the
Is
middle.
everybody lying
The
on
Palestinians are ethnically tied to the Levant region. It's essentially comes from ancient Canaanites. There's been a lot of migration and activity in the region, but that is like the ancient ethnic origin, and the Palestinians are modern day Canaanites. That's been proven genetically. In fact, Palestinians had more genetic legacy to the region than the modern day Israelis. That's also been proven and documented. But I know people who are descendants of colonizers don't care about the indigenous.
By the way, Truth, it's a great name, great nickname you have. When are you going to start speaking it? And by the way,
Cool.
you just regurgitated.
One of my
Hang on for
favorite
a
speakers.
second. Hang on for Truth. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to do this again. You're not going to. No, hang on. Don't tell me how to talk to you.
Don't tell you how to show basic respect.
It's not going to happen. No, you're not going to. No, you're not going to do this to me.
This is the internet.
You might do it to other. You might do it other. You realize
context.
you
Keep
dropped
this in context.
Okay.
Keep it.
Yeah, okay. Truth, are you done now? I mean, look.
No, I'm waiting for you to be an adult and make an argument instead of an insult.
Okay. You were absolutely incorrect when it comes to the understanding that you have about the Nakba.
Please enlighten.
Okay. It does mean catastrophe. The word was adopted in the period closest to about 1948. The meaning of it is catastrophe. What it referred to, okay, take your pen and paper out, is
Oh my God,
the
you
loss
guys, you need to get.
okay, hang on. I know this is hard. This is hard. Okay, no, hang on. No. Because I just want to correct you. It means the catastrophe was to the loss of the Jews. 5 Arab countries committed a war, a genocide, committed to a genocidal war against Israel. Okay? And the catastrophe was that they fucking lost. That's what the Nakba was. That's what it was originally named. And then was changed in the 60s, right, to suit a narrative about the displacement.
So can I?
I don't know whether you understand, but what you're talking about for a start, the history that you try and present is garbage. You're stating things as facts, where historically they are completely inaccurate, genetically inaccurate as well, statistically inaccurate as well. It sounds like you're basically being regurgitating propaganda that is completely off the rails. These people are Palestinian people. They didn't even identify as Palestinians back in the early 20th century. Did you know that? They didn't even. There was no such place called. There was no state. There was no kingdom. There was no country. Nothing. There was no culture that was called Palestinian.
Bro, then can I ask you a question about that? If that was true, do you know who the father of Zionism is? I mean, like, I know it was a concept for.
Hang on.
Yes.
Do you know who that is?
The founder of
The Herzl. Hold on, I just have a question. I just got a question for Ro.
What's
You know
wrong
who
with
Herzl is? Yeah? You know who Herzl is? Okay. I have a question for you. I have a question for you.
Shut up for a second. Thanks. Okay, maybe a conversation with Beamer. Beamer, before I even answer that question, what is Zionism?
It is the belief that the people, that the Jewish people should have a nation state.
Not exactly.
Yeah, that is what it is. It is a Jewish state.
Not exactly.
Okay.
I'm telling you what it is. It's a movement of Jews to be able to return to their indigenous, native, and ancestral homeland, and to be able to self-determine within that land, which is Israel. So you were close, correct?
Okay, so I'm gonna call you out now on 2 points. I'm gonna tell you why it's bullshit on 2 points. Have you ever read Herzl's A Jewish State?
Hang on.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Now we're getting some.
Okay. So, on what authority, right, do you have on this topic? First of all, you
Hold on. What authority do you have on the topic? We're having a conversation. All right. So now that I'm asking you questions, you don't want to answer questions. Well, come on. No. This is no. I have the same authority as any other person.
When you are running a room, when you're moderating a room, I will respect the fuck out of your decision to be able to talk over me. I'm expecting you to be able to do the same thing, okay? And there are reasons why I'm choosing to be able to try and pinpoint this conversation in a direction which may be you feel uncomfortable about. For a start, are you Jewish?
Ro,
Are you?
do you
Yes or no?
understand? No, I'm not going to commit you. This is a logical fallacy. These are circumstantial. No, if the statements that I'm saying, if there's a truth value, you assess the truth value. Are you saying that only? Hold on.
No, you fucking.
Wow, so dishonest, Ro. You're fucking dishonest. Dishonest motherfucker. Wow. Ro, so this is what it is. So now once you are losing, now. I see you, Ro. Wow. Don't even want to have the discussion. Logical fallacies up the end. That's disappointing, Ro.
It's true, it is. Very simple, straightforward.
What a coward, Ro. Dude. So fucking disappointing.
Speakers, but he's acting like
Bema, we can have that conversation.
You're not a fucking big man, bro. Just chill. It's Clubhouse, you dork.
All right, let's restore order to the room. You guys can bring Truth back up. It's fine. I didn't move you. I wouldn't move you. Now that it's sunk in that you're genuinely retarded, I will not pick on you anymore. I have sympathy now for you because now I believe you are retarded. So I will not pick on you anymore. So I just want to reset the room. I do think it's interesting that you have the non-Jews lecturing to the Jews what Zionism is. It's a very interesting room that we have here now. But Bima, and everyone stay on mute. We can refute it later. Bima, go ahead and make your point. Tell us everything that you know about Herzl. Tell us everything that you know about Zionism. We'll give her as much time as she wants. But then after she's done speaking, then we'll allow the Zionists in the room to respond, and we'll see what she got right, and we'll see what she got wrong.
Thank you, Roger. So, just some points of dishonest discourse. I want to have a truthful discussion, right? Clearly there's agendas in the room, and people get, I guess, I don't know, ego gets tapped at, and then they want to shut down conversation. Just when I was asked earlier, hey, was there a war before October 7th? Was there a war October 6th? And I answered, well, it's respective who you're talking to, right? If you want to say Israel says no, still Hamas would say, and Palestinians, Gaza, whomever, they would say that there was, right? Oh, I'm being dishonest. I had two people, somebody else, JB, said, oh, you're being intellectually dishonest. Okay, well, why don't you just Google some Jewish-born, Israeli-born historians, okay, who will answer in the same exact way. You are not going to find, okay, a fucking true historian that's going to say that October 7th there was no war and that it happened, it just happened because of what. No, there's fucking plenty of historians. Yeah, you could roll your eyes because you're getting fucking demolished, bro. You're getting fucking demolished.
What's your point?
My point is that when I'm
Ryan, hold on. Ryan, do not interrupt. We said that we're going to give uninterrupted time for Bima. Now, Bima, you're all over the map. What you were going to do is you were going to explain everything that you knew about Herzl, everything that you knew about Zionism, and then we were going to get a response from the Jewish people to explain to you if you were right or wrong. People don't want that opportunity for you, Bima. I'm telling the stage to not interrupt you, but apparently people don't want that. I'm getting the thumbs down for giving you the mic and telling people, do not interrupt this woman. This woman is going to tell you, you Jewish people, you need to listen to this. Bima is going to educate you on what Zionism is.
All I was gonna say was that I understand that returning to the homeland wasn't, it didn't come up by Herzl, right? But he wrote one of the foundational texts in the 1800s, it was called A Jewish State. That was the pamphlet, right? And in the pamphlet, was it the Jewish state? He was talking about developing a company, and it wasn't Palestine, which, by the way, for everybody who says, oh, they weren't a nation, they weren't a people, they weren't, well, that's crazy because Herzl in 1890 something was very clear to refer to Palestine as Palestine. Okay, so that's hilarious. Whoopsie. So very specific, okay, in identifying that. But it was between two. It was between Argentina and Palestine, and they were, yeah, let's get we'll take what we can get. So it wasn't Zionism in what I understood. If you're going to go from this foundation, like, okay, return, we can argue, I can see the point if you're going to say whether it's return to the homeland or just a nation state, which, like I said, one of the foundational texts that Herzl talks about in his A Jewish State pamphlet, it wasn't necessarily going to be Palestine. It was going to be any nation state that the Jewish people could go to, okay? Now, I would like to hear what you guys think about Herzl. I'm open to it. And yeah, let me know. Tell me where
All right, hold on. I'm going to call upon, blink your mic if your name is Ro, Eleanor, or Harry, and you want to respond to this. Blink your mic. Either Ro, Eleanor, or Harry. Eleanor.
So, Jews have all returned home to Israel and have done so for more than 1,000 years. Like other people, like black folks and Chinese folks, sometimes we live outside of our homeland. That's called a diaspora. It's bullet or eucalyptus. Zionism began with Abraham and God. God saying, go up, go out, go to this land that I have given. And eventually, this little tribe of Jews ends up in Israel. About 2,000 years before the Christian Messiah appeared, so the Christian leader of Christianity, or the founding figure that he called Jesus. Zionism is intrinsic to the identity of the Jew, in as much as it represents a return to Jerusalem, a return home. We pray facing Jerusalem, and we pray for the return to Jerusalem at minimum 3 times a day. And we've done this for thousands of years. Now, Herzl happened to be a modern European. So he had the idea of returning in modern times to our home and forming a European-style modern nation state. A model which was repeated all over the world. Every country that you see in South America, in Asia, even in the Levant, in the Arabian Peninsula, they're all modern nation states like Israel. Herzl wasn't particularly religious, although he did believe in God and he was a Jew. At the time, he was responding to the Dreyfus Affair, which was only the most recent example of anti-Semitism. His big contribution wasn't that he thought, well, can we go to Uganda or Argentina? I don't know. His big contribution was understanding the possibility and the necessity of forming a modern nation state, which became Israel. Question, Bina?
So my question is, when you read, so first of all, what do you think of Herzl as an authority connected to Zionism? Do you subscribe to him? Do you not subscribe to him? Do you think most Jews subscribe to him? Do you think most Zionists subscribe?
Tried to unmute. There are 17 million Jews. He's one voice. 17 million.
So would you say he's an authoritative figure, though, when it comes to the topic of Zion?
One small contribution to make, which I thought I wrote down for you, the idea of making it like a European style nation, which was repeated eventually on every continent of the world. See, we were coming out of the age of empires. So there was the Austro-Hungarian Empire. We got broken up. There was the Ottoman Empire. We got broken up. There was the British Empire, broken up. French Empire, Belgian Empire, broken up. What replaced it? Homeland for the indigenous people. Who was indigenous to Israel. Among many others, Jews. Also, Samaritans, Assyrians, Yazidis, Muslims. Israel's founding document, unlike Hamas's, which says they want to kill every Jew on the planet, they never repudiated that. Israel's founding document, its Declaration of Independence, you should read it, guarantees equal rights for all minorities, unlike any state in the region. It's also parliamentary democracy, European style, unlike any state in the region. So he made an important contribution. He's one voice.
They call him Moses.
Right, exactly. I was just gonna say that. Like, are we the right? Would you agree that?
Well, wait. Well, he asked me twice. I gave him the answer. Who calls him Moses? Hello?
Alright, so I'll go pull up articles.
Who calls him? Wait, you said they call him Moses. No, we don't call him Moses.
No, I said they.
Who's they?
Basically, they consider him, relative. I'll pull it up for you. They
Well,
consider
why don't you
him.
just answer? You made a statement. Who are you talking about?
Yeah, so it's considered one of the fathers. One of the fathers.
I find Jewish publications including him to
I only asked you a question. If you don't know, say I don't know. And don't say it's not important.
Oh, that's fair. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
So why did you say it?
It's not important yet. Herzl is one of the fathers of Zionism.
He made an important contribution. This was in response to the crisis affair. There are many Zionists and many kinds of Zionism, but we all have one thing in common. We understand the importance of returning home, and that a home in Israel, being in our indigenous homeland, is central to our identity as human beings, as a family, as a tribe, as a nation, as a people.
I found those quotes if you want.
Yeah, but what about what I just said?
So I was
understand that?
what you asked me to find.
Yeah. Oh, so you get lost? You can't.
Yes, my retarded ass has a hard time listening to something else. You can't find a source.
Sorry to hear that.
You wanted me to find people calling him Moses.
Wait a minute. Why is it that I'm a bad guy when I call you a retard, but when you call yourself a retard, it's okay? I don't like this double standard. I don't like this double standard.
You literally know the answer to that question.
Yes, I do. It's your literally retarded. That's
Also, if you have a nickname for your friend, I can call them that nickname. Or like if you call your friend a silly insult, but it's an inside joke, I can just hop in on that inside joke right now. Anyway, I'm not explaining how society works to fucking grown men. To the point, right? To the point. You asked who called him Moses.
Yeah, you just say.
Yeah, the reason I said that is because it was like a rhetorical thing. You have to understand, this man, you're downplaying.
So what's the answer to the question? If you're not listening to what I'm saying, what's the answer?
Come on, bully.
Who called? I'm gonna make you a sweater that with a big V for victim on it. You're such a victim of watching.
He really is.
Wasn't one that
It's okay, George. Elmore will actually have the discussion. Like Roger.
Everyone, listen. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna keep it calm. Everyone's just gonna relax. We're gonna keep all of our disabilities in check. We're just gonna make sure that when we're having this conversation, that we're just gonna. That there's two rules. Try to make one, maybe 2 points. Keep your share brief. Then get up and then let somebody respond. I don't want. Where this is gonna get out of hand is if people talk over each other. So I want to just go ahead.
self-identified retard, and I want to hand the mic to him and allow him to speak. So I will no longer call Trude the retard. I will just refer to him the way that he chooses to identify himself. So Trude.
Yeah, so for the record, self-effacing humor is common. If I call myself a big jackass, that doesn't mean you can start calling me a big jackass. So yeah, just to why he's more than just one Jew amongst millions. He's the founder of the World Zionist Organization.
He started an organization. Who called him Moses?
He was the first president.
He started an organization. You're a lot more important than that.
Hold on, guys, listen. This is going to be the order. Truth is going to speak, and he's going to make 1 or 2 points, and then Norton's going to respond, and then we'll pass the mic around. But go ahead, Truth, speak, and then Norm, let him uninterrupted get it off his chest, and then you will speak uninterrupted. Go.
Yeah, so in doing so, he met with the Ottoman Sultan, the Sultan himself. He met with the British government. Originally they thought in Uganda as a temporary solution. He met with the German Kaiser and Russian officials, and he legitimized the Zionist
Who called him Moses? Nobody? You want to withdraw that?
Hold on.
No, I'm not holding on. You made a big point that you wanted to
I'm really getting there.
No, go ahead. Please start with there and then go on. Start there. Who called him Moses? Thank you. Thank you. Who called him Moses? Nobody? Okay. You withdraw the statement. All right. Now what do you want to talk about? Yeah. You withdrew the statement, right?
Wait, what? So there is a publication known as the Mosaic magazine. It is a Jewish publication, and
Already read it.
cool. So you know about every Jewish magazine, huh? Is that?
No, and you clearly don't know anything about Jewish, period.
You
You
sound like
what your
you sound butthurt. You sound like
What's
you're
your-
in your diaper.
No, you know what?
You're sitting in piss
You
and shit
have
right now.
an unhealthy obsession with men's men's ass.
You're having a piss fit.
You have an unhealthy obsession with men's ass, and you need to work on that. Now make your point.
Well, look,
Ass. Your new nickname is Ass Man. No,
are you familiar with the video?
just go. Just make the point. You're tiring this out. You're not. Just go.
Okay, so my main point is just to say this, right? Because this is what I really wanted to say earlier and I didn't get to finish. The locals in the region, the Palestinians were displaced. Someone asked me, oh, well, where do we get the term Palestine from and how long were they being called that, etc. I can't speak to
Some left and some stayed. Is that more accurate?
I'm sorry?
Some left and some stayed. Is that more accurate?
Some left and some stayed. They were displaced.
No, they weren't displaced. Some left and some stayed. That happens in war. No different than the 7 million refugees who left the Syrian war. They started a war in 1948, and some left and some stayed. And many, they were told to leave. They weren't displaced. Nobody displaced them. That's more accurate. Next point. It's 100% true. What's your next point? What's your next point?
So this is important because one of us is correct. I'm not even
Correct.
I can be, please. I'm willing to say I could be incorrect, although obviously I'm convinced I'm not.
Okay. You don't know this.
I think
If you haven't read the
make
history,
this moment definitive because
There's 2 million Arabs in Israel. Obviously, they stayed. Correct. So we're saying
Americans in the United States of America?
Say again.
Are there Native Americans still in the United States of America?
Irrelevant.
Oh, okay, so you didn't have the comprehension to catch why that's relevant?
No, I get more comprehension.
Well, hold on, we're doing the talking. No, hold on. We're doing the talking over again. We're gonna take turns. If you guys need me to do it, I will literally say, okay, Norm, it's your turn to speak. Okay, Norm, you're done speaking. Truth, it's your turn to speak. I don't want to have to do that. Can you guys regulate this?
Yes, I will respond. So there are 2 million Arabs living in Israel, fully integrated to every aspect of society, from shops to the Supreme Court to the Knesset. They have their own party. The Israeli laws do not discriminate in any way at all among different kinds of Israelis. some
So
Arab
by
state that have full rights,
1829,
some Arab flag.
clean out the
That's the
inventory,
question.
then expand
At your inaptly name, you should be untruth.
I swear to God, if I had a nickel
Until
for
you
every
hit
time
10
someone said
miles.
that, I'd have a lot of nickels.
You don't have a nickel. What's your next?
We'd all be rich and we'd all be hanging out in Israel and the whole situation would be cleared up and we'd be,
I mean, you can be hanging out in Israel anytime you want, but the thing is, they might go right now.
yeah, exactly. If I go on a float to the Handala, I give any type of, if I want to, rub elbows with peaceful people that happen to be on the other side of the border. Yeah, I never said Hamas. Don't be dishonest, Hari. Don't be dishonest, Hari. That's how that is very argumentation, Harry.
I think the civilians there are peaceful people.
I think that the civilians there who haven't harmed peaceful people, who haven't harmed Israelis, are peaceful people. Yes, I do.
So what about the same ones that held hostages in their houses, that spit on the bodies of people being brought over from Israel into Gaza? What about those? Are those okay too? Because they didn't harm anybody. They just on their.
Well, I mean, if they're like I said, are they harming people? Are they harming people?
So you'd be okay if I brought a dead woman's body?
No. I was giving you that. I don't think that should have happened at all. I don't think that should have happened. I don't condone that behavior at all. I also don't condone it.
Do you think that they would accept you? Do you think that you would be able to walk into Gaza as an American woman and nothing would happen?
You wouldn't make it a block.
That's a lie. So here's what.
No, wait. Not a lie. I was just there. It's not a lie.
I don't care.
You wouldn't make it. I don't care either.
I literally find it on a map. Fucking law.
You and I, truth. You couldn't find Israel on the map. If I asked you,
I couldn't find Israel on the map. Go fuck.
That's correct. You couldn't find Israel on the map. That's correct. You couldn't find Israel on the map. True. Absolutely true.
Literally,
You don't want me to test you right now. You don't want to. I beg your pardon?
Like to you.
A half-wit? At best, maybe quarter.
Okay, but do I
What's your next question?
Because last I checked, that's not one of them.
I'm not interested in ethnic origin at all.
So you
What's your
can't
next
say, you
question?
can't look at my face, so you don't even know what I look like. So you're.
Why would I want to know what? This is an audio app, you half-wit.
I have a picture of me and my uncle in my.
How am I supposed to know that that's you and your uncle?
I guess it's just be random Ethiopian motherfuckers, huh?
I don't care.
Well, what relevance does that have to the conversation, Truth? What relevance does that have?
We brought them there, we risked our lives, we're the only people who really did.
This is how you know
You asked, I'm gonna ask you.
This is how you know he's a problem.
Hold on, guys. No. You guys are doing the thing again. Take turns speaking. Literally, just take turns speaking. This means that when the other person is speaking, if one person is speaking, the other person should remain muted. This is not complicated stuff.
Yeah, you asked the question, what about Ethiopians? I will tell you. But Israelis are the only people in human history who brought Africans out of Africa to freedom. The only ones, and risked our lives to do it. It's not a lie. Name another people who did that.
You can't. What the fuck?
Name another people who did it. Name another. But you want to know why you can't? Because it didn't happen. Because I checked my facts, unlike you. Now, what's your next point? We're the only people in human history that lifted Africans out of Africa to freedom. Only ones, and risked our lives to do it. Now, what's your next point?
Norm, let's bet $1,000 on this.
Just make your next point.
You said they're the. No.
Just make your next point, unless you have other information.
So can I tell you your last point?
Who else did it?
Who
else did it, Bunky? Who else did it? Next point. Make your next point. I already crushed you. Make your next
So
point.
you said no one has accepted African refugees but Israel.
No, I said we're the only people in human history who lifted Africans out of Africa to freedom rather than slavery. That's what I said.
So wait.
And risked our lives to do it.
You're trying to cover
And
your
risked our lives to do it. Okay.
He's trying to cover his
No,
ass.
I'm finished with him. He doesn't have. He
He's trying to cover his
other country did it?
Why are you running?
What other country did it?
You said the Ethiopians.
What other country did it? None. Goodbye.
You said the
We're
Ethiopians
done.
that came to Israel.
We're done. We're done. We're done.
No, no, no.
Okay,
You
next
said the
person.
Ethiopians.
He's too stupid for this
We're gonna
conversation.
find it.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Let's a little bit of mediation here. So, True, is there a reason why you're not responding to it, Norm?
Because he keeps muting me.
No, well, hold on. Let me just say this. If you guys can't handle the mob badge
I'm not being allowed to reply.
I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to the mods, all of the mods. Do not mute this guy. If Norman's asking him a question, we want the guy to be able to reply. So, Norman, go ahead and ask your question again, and we'll get Drew to reply. And if he doesn't reply, then we'll...
Oh, no, I got the question.
What other country besides... Hang on, I'm asking my question.
He actually said
I'm asking my question.
Drew, respect